and they are going to distribute this in next Sunday. And it says that this vaccine or medicine can cure the infected people within three hours. So I think if this is true, then it is really, really good news. I hope this is true. So far, this session is support lonely people who live as me, alone, you know, alone, live as alone. So this time, as I mentioned yesterday, so we have many restrictions, including restriction of free movement. Therefore, this kind of the restriction is also some sort of the extra problem to lonely people. So therefore, we are trying to help them, but I don't know how much we can help them, but this is the how to try to help or support and encourage them. So yesterday we spoke about the reality of samsara and the reality of our life, our reality of our birth and death. So we have to understand this reality. We have accept this reality, and in order to deal with our, how to say, disturbance, mental disturbance. So today I'm going to talk at the beginning, not very long, but short. Then we can, how to say, discuss or share one's experience and thoughts. So in the scriptures say, that means all the phenomena is the nature of the mind, or nature, identity of mind. Therefore, mind is always going before the phenomena, before the things. It means that whatever we do, it decided by our mind. Whatever we have problem, especially mental problem, such as panic, tension, worry, it created by our mind, particularly our conceptual mind. So therefore, we have 6 senses, 6 faculties, 6 consciousness also. Eye consciousness, ear consciousness, and nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, and body consciousness, and then mind consciousness. But first 5 consciousness or senses, faculties, are the messenger. Consciousness which bring us message, information. But this consciousness cannot judge, cannot decide, cannot how to see, differentiate this is good, this is bad, this is beautiful, this is ugly, this is good, this is bad. They cannot. They just bring information and give to our sixth consciousness, which we call mind. So mind, how to say, create good and bad. Even mind also has ability, even a mind receive the bad news, but sometimes mind can transform bad into good, negative into positive. So therefore, mind is always go ahead of all the phenomena. That's why this Chena Yiji Rajin the Yinisushimuto. That means all the phenomena is nature of the mind, and mind is sensible, and mind is the main thing, and always go before the phenomena, before the things. So therefore our mind is important. And also then so mind receives the informations, okay, informations, news, whatever. For example, from eye consciousness can see only two things. One is color and one is shape. Okay, so when the eye consciousness see this color and shape, just inform to them, to the mind, okay, I have received this color or that, then mind, how to see, create or judge or decide, like or dislike, how good or bad, as I mentioned before. So therefore, if our mind doesn't have ability to, how to see, judge properly and realistically, then mind create problem. If our mind hasn't trained, and if our mind hasn't pacified, subdued, then it creates the problem. But if our mind has ability or potential to, how to say, to judge properly, to see the reality, and yes, to see the reality of nature, realities of the phenomena, then our mind can also deal with, even mind receive the, how to see, misery information. So therefore, it is very important to develop our mind into positive. That means it's really important to pacify our mind. That's why Buddha mentioned in his canon, Dipachia Mejashin Gawa Pensun Tsubashi, Rang is saying that means do not do any negativities. Do not do any non-virtues. Do always positive or virtues. Tame your mind. This is the way of the finding happiness. So his real word is, this is the my teaching. He said the teaching means this is the exactly way to get happiness. So tame your mind, taming or pacify your mind. Okay, that means pacify negativities. Then you can deal with if your mind is tamed, then you can deal with mental disturbance such as panic, tension, worries, and so on and so forth. So I do not want to talk very much, but for instance, let's see. Some people, even they live in such big city like Prague, which has more than 1 million people, still they feel loneliness. Even this still is beautiful, and there are many destructive, how to see, things, hustle and bustle. But still they feel loneliness. But on the other hand, some people who live in isolated place, such as forest and cave, not only just one day, month, year by year, but they never feel loneliness. They are so happy in the isolated place, in the isolations. Why? What is the difference between this? Why? So some people live in such a big city with many people, but still feel loneliness. So this is because of the, training. I think I would say training, because of the ability of the training mind. Okay. So some of the Tibetan meditator who live in the cave, so long time, but when many people know that such a master, how to say, meditating in the cave, then many people come to see him. Then such meditator understand that such many people are coming and wasting his time. So he again go further the isolated area. He do not want to meet the people. He want to live 24 hours as alone for meditation, for mental practice, for seeking inner happiness. He knows that inner happiness is much more important than external happiness. He knows that if he has inner happiness, he can control all the disturbance, and even he understands that he doesn't need the external happiness, what we call happiness. So, therefore, sometimes we feel loneliness or mental disturbed because our mind is not trained well. This is the reason. So even this time, I have some friends, Dhamma friends. So they remain in retreat. And they are, even, especially in here and India, everywhere, all the people are under the, how to say, restriction. restriction of the free movement, like stay in isolation. So they such how to say restriction, they further make extra restriction by themselves. Okay, practice this nune. Nune means practice the fasting, fasting, and practice of the stopping speak or talk, and stop to less activities. Still, there are a lot of the restrictions, but they how to create, or how to say, extra restriction by themselves. But they are still happy and calm. They have calm mind. Their mind is peaceful. So therefore, yesterday, one of you asked me, how can make a practice in day-to-day life in such a desperate situation? I would say now, so you should make 10 table. If you cannot practice such as fasting practice or pratimusha practice, or such as practice of the upasaka, and so on and so forth. But you can make a 10 table in the morning. You can, for example, you can make how to say reciting practice, making prostrations, and making offerings, things, and then sit on that cushion, and then how to say practice meditations. Then, so in the daytime, in the afternoon, you can also do something like including, including gardening, including clean the house. So you can make very beautiful timetable for yourself. And if you are not believer, not Buddhist, not believer, then you can also, the meditation. You can, the meditation is for universal practice. So you can meditation. I don't know, this recitation or making prostration, but you can do meditations, and then also exercise, and read the books, and yes, and also training your mind. Okay, this is one issue. Then also I want to add something. Yesterday, Frank asked me about this one question. I want to add something more. Maybe Frank is here, maybe here. I don't know whether you are here or not. So you asked me why do we how to say, why does our mind how to say come again and again, how to say this, even after the death, mind is going. Why does mind how to say go? It means continuity. So I told you yesterday, so mind, every phenomena, especially compositional, conditional phenomena, has continuity. So there are two types of the continuity. Continuity of the substances and continuity of the stream being, these two. So therefore, this continuity is go to next. For example, it's look like an apple. Apple itself cannot go to, how to say, cannot go to the tree and how to see fruit, apple fruit. But apple's seeds continuity can go to the tree and branch. Even, small seed, apple seed, how to say, go and become very big trees and many how to say, giving apple fruits, even small, how to say, this seed. So it means that continuity of the apple seed can go to next different form. So similarly, after our death, so our mind's continuity can go to, how to say, another form or another, how to say, realms. So this is one. Okay. Then one of you asked me this. So this time there is not real the good friends, and normally we have how to say, friends in the friends for enjoying, how to say, parties and so on and so forth. This time, so no friends. So so this is understandable. So people are in panic and tension. It's quite difficult to enjoy the party, okay? And recitation. And another way I would say that, so one of the Buddha's message is that you are your protector. You are your destroyer. That means you are your friend. You are your enemy. So you have to protect yourself. You have to make you as your good friend. So only you can protect you. Nobody can protect you. So good result or bad result, whatever you have, it is up to you. So therefore, so in this situation, so even you are your good friend, if you can, if you can, you as your good friend, it is up to you. So therefore, this is also, how to say, very good message. And then, of course, yes, not only, this bad friend, even some of the our relatives are not real relatives of the money, relatives of the power. When we lose money and power, they will disappear. So these kind of the things everywhere, not only friends. So, but whatever we have situation, you should protect yourself. You should become your protector. You should not become your destroyer or your enemy. This is the point. So I would like to stop here. What time is now? Okay, this is exactly 10:30. So now, if we can share each other one's experience and thoughts, and then we can practice meditation for short time. Thank you.
Thank you. And somebody wants to ask something? Some questions?
I will ask a question.
Good, you are welcome.
Okay.
I wanted to ask the question about the idea of non-attachment. Now that we've
Just 1 minute, I would like to use this because my mobile is not good for outspeaker. Please start.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question about the idea of non-attachment. Now that we our life has changed so much and things are so different, and we've had to give up so much so quickly. And I know one of the central concepts of Buddhism is non-attachment. And now that we're forced to, when I keep saying forced, the situation is created a situation where we have to detach. So how do we actually work with that?
Okay. So yes, non-attachment. So non-attachment, we should have this non-attachment because this opposite attachment is the one of the three poisonous, mental poisonous. How to say poisonous? Because one reason our sufferings bring by attachment. So attachment means attachment yourself. Attach yourself. Attach to objects. So, for example, if you attach too much yourself, then your ego, selfishness, these are increased. Then you become very narrow-minded. You cannot see broadly and widely many angles. You can only see yourself, and you too much attachment on your how to say, become that only your well-being or only your happiness is the most important. You would have such how to say concept or such thought. Then if you have such thoughts because of your attachment, then you would ignore others' happiness. Then because of these, then it brings more sufferings. And then you will become lonely because you will lose your friends. Even if you are too much selfish person, then nobody like you. People, how to say, keep away from you. So therefore, in this planet, most of our problem is because of our attachment. For example, so just mention to talk about to just individuals' attachment. But you not hear some of the nations. If all the nations, I would say, all the nations, their first priority is their own nations. How to say nations? How to say benefit on what they are thinking is about their one's nations. So if all the nations, so how to say ignore others nations well-being and try to take advantage always themselves, then how to say destroy our ecology, because too much how to say attachment. Then not only this, I would say because of this coronavirus, I would say this come from our attachment. We kill so many animals. We eat everything, and we destroy the ecology, environment. So some of the how to say researcher say that this virus origin from the nature because of our distortion, our destructive agent. So it come from the nature. But some of the how researchers said mentioned that this is because of our attachment to food, to eating everything. So therefore non-attachment. So therefore, but non-attachment, it doesn't mean that we have to ignore one's well-being. It doesn't mean that. We have to survive, of course, but we can survive without attachment. Instead of without attachment, we can survive by altruism, and we can survive by how to say empathy, so on and so forth. So therefore, in the Buddhist non-attachment practice, or no attachment, is the one of the most important positive mind. Thank you.
If nobody wants to ask, could I follow that up with how then do you connect that with an interdependence? Because that's also important. How do you connect non-attachment at the same time with the concept of interdependence? I know that's also very important in Buddhism.
Yes, you're right. So interdependent, yes. So but Buddhist philosophy is interdependent origination. And Buddhist conduct is non-violence. So interdependent origination, this everything is interdependent, depend each others. So therefore, so depend to cause and conditions, depend to our how to say parts and branches, depend to conceptual mind. So there are 3 levels. So therefore, so all the phenomena, especially these conditional phenomena, depend on cause and condition. If there is no cause and no condition, it would not happen. So therefore, our happiness depend to others, and west depend to east, and east depend to west, and long depend to short, and short depend to long. Beautiful depend to ugly, and ugly depend to beautiful. So there is no absolutely ugly, not absolutely existent of the beautiful. So depend. So everything is interdependent. So therefore, your suffering and your happiness also depend to the cause. So we have to create the positive cause if you wish happiness. If you do not wish suffering, you should not create the negative cause. That's the point. Thank you.
Geshe, I have a question.
Okay, I think you are, I cannot see, but you are, I think, Gil.
Yeah, I am.
Gil.
Yeah. Tashitele.
Presidele.
How people can have compassion in to impact the environment, because the world that we know is like over, so it's the new the change. So because it's one of the sufferings of change, people will continue suffer. What we can do to uh, uh, to make this the environment more feel it with more compassion.
It's the best, how to say, way is to give the awareness, which I, how to say, mentioned before. So because at the moment, everybody focus materials, not too much focus inside. This is the problem. And one problem is, I think, because of our wrong method. So actually, we want happiness, and we, how to say, try to get happiness, only happiness, But we are, how to say, engage. We are engaging in wrong method. That's why in Buddhacharya in the Buddhacharya book, Shantideva mentioned this clearly. Actually, we wish happiness, but we always destroy our causes of the happiness. Actually, he said that actually we do not wish suffering, but we always follow or chasing and creating the how to say, destroyer of the happiness. And this is the point, So therefore, the main problem is what we have method, what we engage in method is totally wrong. That's why Buddha said that give up. Everybody, Buddha mentioned the backing or request to everybody to give up your, how to say, sufficiency, and engage to altruism, compassion, think more to others. That's why this bodhicitta is one of the, how to say, main practice. Bodhicitta means mind which wish to become a Buddha, or to achieve the enlightenment, or to achieve the highest happiness in order to benefit others, not in order to benefit yourself, your family only. So therefore, if everybody, but this problem is only some people to practice this and to do this, but most of the people are, how to say, ignore the compassion, ignore the bodhicitta and this, and always try to how to say, how to make money, and always how to say, keep sufficiency. This is the problem, So therefore, if everybody practice bodhicitta, compassion, loving kindness, and think more about the others' well-beings, and not how to say too much care yourself, If everybody do like this, then you also receive love or compassion from others, So others will receive your compassion and your altruism, empathies, this. So, but there's only few people always try to give compassion and tolerance and to forgive, but they never give us this. Then this is the problem, this is the problem. So therefore Dalai Lama always try to, try to, how to say, teach these the universal values. That's why his number one commitment is promotion of the human values, such as compassion, tolerance, forgiveness, altruisms. This. So I would say, whatever we have problem, it come from our karma. That means it come from our negativities. It means it come from our wrong attitude, wrong views, wrong thoughts. So we have to change this, okay? change the methods and change the view, attitude, so on and so forth. Okay, thank you so much, Guy.
Thank you, Yeshi.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, if there's not more question, we can include short meditation, Yeshi. It's possible.
Yes, I agree. Yes, we have 12 minutes. Okay, it looks you don't have questions.
Maybe could I have a question, Yeshi?
Okay, please.
Okay, thank you. I would like to ask you for deeper explanation of the meaning that samsara is nirvana and nirvana is samsara. Is it because they both come from emptiness, or what's the meaning of that?
Okay, this is a very, how to say, difficult to explain. Samsara is nirvana, nirvana is samsara, and also this is Shiro Nipo, the sutra, wisdom of the sutra. So the form is how to say, form is emptiness and emptiness is form, the same. So okay. First of all, I would like to try to explain this from the form is empty, emptiness, and emptiness is form. So it is quite difficult to understand, So this is the really how to the deep, very deep the concept of the deep philosophy of the Buddhism. So form is emptiness, and emptiness form is so form. So form. So one of course, yes. If we do not analyze the form, what is the form? Where is the form? It look like a form is exist inherently or exist independently. Okay. So, but if we analyze further and further, deeper and deeper, where is the form? Then we cannot find. Eventually, it looks disappear and empty. So therefore, form is empty. So therefore, empty. So therefore, on the form, there is empty, because if we analyze, we find the empty, how to say, emptiness of the form. So emptiness of the form is the real form. So as I mentioned previous, so if we check oneself, okay, so if you analyze Yishi, so Yishi is emptiness, and emptiness is Yishi. That means so if you analyze Yishi, where is Yishi? Without experiment, analyze, you can say, oh, Yishi is there, Yishi is speaking, Yishi is online, and Yishi is talking, speaking, you know. But when you analyze, where is Yishi? Is Yishi's body is Yishi? No, this is Yishi's body. And if you think, oh, Yishi's mind is Yishi? No, this is Yishi's mind. So Yishi is owner, and mind is object of the owner. Yishi is user, and Yishi's mind and body is the object of the using user, and how to say, using object, something like this. Then how can we say where is Yishi? So so my heart is not me, my organs is not me, this is my organs, you know. So therefore we cannot find the Yishi inherently or independently. So Yishi depend, therefore Yishi depend on Yishi's parts, body, mind, organs, and then we call Yishi. Otherwise, there is no absolutely Yishi. So therefore, emptiness of the Yishi is Yishi, and Yishi is also emptiness of the Yishi. But because of our ignorance, we cannot see these. Therefore, we cannot see the reality. That's why if we cannot see the reality, then we create problems. Therefore, so now here samsara is nirvana, nirvana is samsara. So therefore it means that when we talk about samsara, we have to talk about the individual. So therefore, at the moment, our mind is samsara, also samsara. So, but how to say? Yes, but without mind, there is no exist of the liberation or nirvana. So therefore, so our mind itself is nirvana, and nirvana of our mind is also this samsara. That means, it means how to say, without nirvana we cannot how to say, we cannot or put the samsara. So samsara and nirvana is interdependent, depend each other. Without exist of the nirvana, there is no exist of the samsara. Without exist of the samsara, there is not exist of the nirvana. So therefore, for example, long and short, as I mentioned before. Long and short, there is no absolutely short. We cannot say this one is the shortest. We cannot say. There is not the shortest, you know. Short and long, we have to put that this is short because, for example, this is short. Okay, this my you know, this how to say this, what is the name? This small finger. This is the short. Why? Because shorter than this, okay? So this short because of this. So it depends. This short depend this. But according to this is not long. This is short. Because this is longer than this, but this is not longest. Because according to this is short. So short is long and long is short. Short is long and long is short. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So now, as my colleague mentioned at the beginning, so this week we have hosted these three sort of online courses. So such a desperate situation because of the coronavirus. So our aim, our intention is we are trying to support or trying to help the others people such in desperate situation, but we don't know how much we can support, we can help. So this week is just like trial, examine how it go like this. So as my colleague requested, please give us suggestion whether we have to continue or not, and if it is how to say okay to continue according to the situation, then you can also recommend or give suggestion about schedules, times, and also how to change specifically the session, this explanation, as well as how to say my leadings. So if there is something to need to change, you can comment and recommend. So openly, I don't have any suggestion. Okay, so whatever you have suggestion. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody.